Oh, hello. Welcome into my workshop and welcome to the show Creations of Clay. My name is Louis Palladini, and tonight I'd like to paint a whale that I did a few weeks ago. I did a blue whale, and I want to show you how to paint this blue whale from start to finish. You know, and it's a beautiful whale. It's the largest whale in the world. They grow over 100 feet, and they can be over 100 tons. But I'll just kind of rotate it around a little bit so you can see what it looks like. And we're going to be painting that tonight. I'll show you the types of paints that we'll be using tonight. We're using acrylic paints, you know, and I have like a white, a gray, a black, and then I have 3 different colors of blue to paint the blue whale. The first thing that we want to do is I want to paint with the black. And what we're going to be doing is I'll show you we'll use black. I'll move these to the side so they don't get in our way now. Over there. And then we're going to be putting the black here. What we're going to be using that is for the eyes. And some of the lines, I'll show you. We're going to take this, and what we're going to do is, what I like to do is to enhance the mouth area, what I figure we'll do is we'll paint this area here, the mouth, black. Because that'll make it easier to see. Right there. Now we did that side. Now I'm going to rotate it to the other side, and we'll do the exact same thing there over there. Don't worry if the black, I did get a little out of the line. We're going to be painting over that anyway, so. But I just wanted so you could see it. And then what we're going to do too is we're just going to dab the eye, the little pupil there with the black. And then we're going to go to the other side and do the exact same thing. We'll dab that eye. And another thing that I want to do too is on the blowhole on the top, is put a little black paint inside the blowhole. Right there. And just kind of dab that in there. I'll be doing good. Now what I want to do is there's lines under here. And paint those. And we'll paint, there's several lines here. So see this like here. I want to paint those so they'll show up a little better. It's a little difficult to get in those tiny lines that I made, but you just do the best you can. We'll continue doing the other side. See that? How we're filling in those areas nicely. Just like that. See that? See that? That came out really nice. The next thing that we want to do is I want to paint the underside of the blue whale. So what we're going to do is we're going to get, I have a gray color. I'm going to take and put this right here. I'm going to put that there. So now I'll lift this up. We're going to get the underside of the fins right here. Like that. See how we did that? See how I'm doing that? Just flick it, go over it. And then we want to get the top of the sides. And then do the other side. I want to get the underside of the tail flukes. See that? We'll paint all around. I want to paint this too. See this here? So we got that. Now we can just kind of paint the underside here. We'll probably go about halfway up. Just go like that. Do the same thing on this side. Just like that. See how we're doing that? Makes it look really nice. And now we're going to do, see the area where we painted the black? We're just going to paint a little gray in between those lines. We don't want to paint over the black, but we want to paint in between so it makes it easier to see them. See that? See the black really shows nicely. That's why we wanted to fill it in that way. We're just going to paint. See that, how nice that looks? So paint that too. See that, how nice that looks? Now I'm going to paint this side here. See how nice that looks now? The black lines are showing through. That's exactly what I wanted to do. So now what we can do is, I think it'd be a good idea for me to take the hairdryer, maybe just go over this a little bit, dry it a little bit so it'll make it a little easier for us to handle as we do the other paint. So I'm going to take the hairdryer and we're just going to go over this for a couple of minutes. And now that that's done, we can continue to proceed. Just make sure my hands are dry with a paper towel. That way. So now we can flip it over. So the next color that we want to use is, we've used these three colors. We're going to use a blue, and then there'll be a lighter blue, and then a lighter blue on top of that. So now we'll take this, and we'll start to paint the top of the whale with this blue. See that, how nice that looks? I'm just going to work that in like that. Looks nice. Take that. Just going to paint back and forth. See I'm doing that? I'll try to make it angle it so you can see more of it as I'm doing it. We want to get the top. Like that. It's really coming along nicely. And we'll paint. Go like that. And then we'll paint the top of the fins blue. So we're doing that. Just like that. And then I'm going to flip it around so you can see this side. We'll do the top of the fin there. See that? Go all around it. And we'll just keep going. Just like that. See that? Covering it nicely. See the top, doing the top. Get the top there like that. See, I'm doing that. You cover that really nice. Look at that. Do that. I want to make sure that we didn't miss any spots. But see how nice that was? You put that nice blue coat. So you want to basically put it on the top half of the whale because we had used the gray on the underside. And you paint like that. And you can see how I did that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add some other new paints on there. I also want to do, let's see, we will do on the eye, I might just want to touch that up a little bit with the black. I'll show you. We'll kind of go around it a little bit. Just kind of do that a little more of the black. But then what we're going to do is it'll come in. We're going to use another blue to go around that in a second. So what I want to do is now that we've done that, I'll take this other blue color. It might be a little dark, but now we can kind of flick it around on the whale. I'll show you what I mean. So we're going to just add a little bit here and there. So you're going to flick it a little bit. Just like that. Go around the eye. Just going to blend it with the other one. I think it gives a really cool effect by doing this. You kind of blended it in. See, as we're kind of just little flicks here and there. Go back down by the tail, flick it a little bit. Like that. Little flicks here and there. Like that. Now we're going to rotate it around. Do the same thing on this side. Kind of flick it here and there, like especially in the flippers. See how we're doing that? Just gonna flick it. There's a little bit of flicking here and there. So I want to kind of contrast the color on the whale. Like that. Now, the next color that we're going to use a light blue. This right here. And I'm going to apply that. So take that and ever so slightly. Just want to make sure this is working all right. Ever so slightly, just kind of flick a few here and there, you know. Especially on the underside, we'll do a little bit. Like to flick a little bit here and there. Like that, see that? I'll rotate it around. Like that. See that? Gives it a really nice effect. The next thing that we're going to do is I'm going to come back to the surface again, and we're going to continue doing the little flicks up top here. Like that. Then, even up top here, we're going to put some flicks of blue. Give it a really nice effect. Now, the last thing that I want to do is now I want to check my other whale, the one I originally did, and see what. I'm going to add some little flicks of white underneath here. So what I'm going to do is, let's see, clean up one of these brushes. That way I can use it. I'll move these paints out of the way so you can see what I'm doing here. I'm going to put white here now. And now, we're just doing it ever so slightly. Put some flicks of white here on the flippers. I want to kind of put some white here. Flicks of white along here. Then we'll do some flicks kind of down the body a little bit. Flick on the tail flukes here. See that? Now let me see if I got everything the way I wanted. Yeah, let me just try a little bit more. I think we're almost done. See this, how I'm doing this? Just flick it a little bit on the bottom. So now, that gave a really nice effect. See how the flicks of white down there? You know, I'll rotate him around. See that? Gives a nice contrast in his color. And the final thing you would do on this is, I have this gloss acrylic, and what you would do is, I would spray it outside. It smells awful in the beginning. So you want to spray, put on some, like maybe a white piece of plain paper like this, and then just spray it on all sides and let it dry. You also want to shake it vigorously. You'll hear a little clicking in the can. Shake it for at least 2 minutes before you use it. And spray that, and then let it dry overnight, and it'll give you a really nice shiny effect. I'll show you what the final version of the blue whale should look like. And I'll pick that up now. I just want to make sure my hands are dry from the paint. This is what the final version of the blue whale will look like. So you can see how we did the three various colors of blue, and see how they contrast with each other. You can see on the underside there how we did the white and the light blue, you know, and the black lines that are underneath. And then I'll show you from the other side what he'll look like. So it's a really neat effect once you combine all those paints. And then when you spray this, he'll be nice and shiny, just like a regular whale would be in the water. So I do want to thank you for coming to Creations of Clay tonight, and I do want to look forward to seeing you again next week. Goodbye for now.